Hello, hello, welcome everyone to the Chill Saturday stream. That sounded very ghost-like, I don't know why. Hello, guys. Hello. How are you today? How's your weekend so far? Hello, Tohi, Raukai, Cleon Victor too, Kent. Welcome everyone. My day was uneventful. I felt bad yesterday, so I did COVID test today. It was negative, so far so good. No worries about that. I'm feeling so much better since I woke up. You finally won an 81 All League game yesterday. That's so cool. You have to show us, Yellow. Unless you're keeping it for Sunday, Shogi. I was thinking, we had this discussion with Time Zombie, or Shogi Explained, on our Discord about like relaying tournament games as a Shogi streamer. The discussion was about the World Shogi League. But I think it would be cool if we also could do like one day, maybe like every Saturday or something, to cover games specifically from the TT series. Did you roll your eyes? No. Did I? Oh my god, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. If I did, I'm sorry. I was just trying to think of something, I guess. Trying to find a word. I definitely rolled my eyes trying to remember what my own tournament that I created was named. It's not TT Showdown, it's TT Series. Yep. Definitely rolled my eyes at that part. I was planning to sub in another game. All right. So I was thinking maybe, like, we do the Sunday Shogi with the game analysis. So maybe we could make a distinction that on Saturdays we do analysis just from our tournaments, including Shogi Ladder, Weekly Ladder. And on Sundays we were gonna do everything else, including those games as well, but like allowing people from other places to upload their submit their Kifu. I managed to prepare a simple dinner without anything catching on fire, which was good. What did you prepare, Toad? If it was spaghetti, I won't be impressed. Although I had a friend who put spaghetti on fire. How is it possible, you ask? Well, so when you have a pot with boiling water and you put spaghetti in it, right? You know how you put spaghetti in a pot, right? And you know how you're supposed to like mix it in and then it boils. So the friend left it like this and the spaghetti went and obviously set on fire. So if you ever think you're bad at cooking, please remember my friend. She's the motivation from everyone in the world. Pro level of saving face. My Shigi Wars 10-second rating is stuck at 90%. One done. Then it means you're very close. Just use Kishin. Just use Kishin to get yourself over that part of the ladder. Boost your rating. It's part of the service after all. No, not a Shogi. No, not at all. University friend. No. So I hope you guys think that the idea of having a special Saturday stream only for the tournament games would be a nice idea. I don't think it's bad. I think the more Shogi streams we do, I observe the numbers and I know more people come here to watch Shogi streams than some random games. So we could do that. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it, 2 hours per day. Of course, I don't like to stream for longer like some people. I don't have the mental ability to stay awake for so long. Stay awake. Stay concentrated. That was the word. I wouldn't have expected Karo Sensei to tell random embarrassing stories about her colleagues. I could talk about random embarrassing moments from my life as well, but I just remembered that story, so here you go. I didn't specify the name, so yeah, no names were given. I'm so irritated that when you click enter, it doesn't accept it as okay, and you have to use your mouse to actually click the okay. I'm so triggered by this. Hello, Synchro, welcome. I'm a newer player, and I feel I start out the game okay, but I always end up losing position. Sikhote, do you have your Kifu, or do you have your 81 Dojo account? We could take a look at your game and find out what is happening, and then give you some advice on how to improve. Today I'm eating words for some reason. What am I trying to do? My brain, sorry guys, my brain doesn't work today. I was feeling sick the whole night, as I mentioned before. Load the Kifu, yes. Ion. Yeah, just send your link, if you know how to get link to your game, like Ion did, yeah. This was the link. If you don't know how to do the link, then just send your nickname, and I'm gonna use the magic of the IT. Probably my first tournament game with Ion Gray Freedom will be tomorrow. Ooh. Congratulations. No, I mean, good luck. Congratulations is the wrong word. Good luck. Well, today you're gonna be able to prepare for that mentally, because we're gonna see his game, you know, we're gonna see what is his weakness, how you can expose it. You know that he puts his silver up before everything else. It will be the shape that he's most likely to play. He doesn't play Anaguma, and he goes for third by Rook. Interesting. So normal third by Rook. And I don't mind like watching some pro games. We could like take some book today and take a look like on similar games of like Kubo Sensei or something, or do some Tsume problems. If you guys want, I feel like doing some shogi stuff today, so let me make sure my phone is on do not disturb mode. And we can do something fun today if you guys want. And sorry, Kent, no Terraria today. Freedom playing Onigoroshi. Your username is Hanvi. Alright, let me take a look at it quickly. So the way you can access your Kifu Syncote for the future, when you play a game, after the game is finished, the link is like here, but you can also access all your past Kifu. You have to log in to 81 Dojo web system. This is my password. Brain. And then you go... That's a good question. Where do you go from here? To my profile, recent games, and then more. And then search. And then you can find recent games. I didn't play any games on this account. And yeah. I accidentally left. I thought it was the translate. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Harbor is a place you can leave and then come back, definitely. There was one what? W opening ceremony? Wait, there was opening ceremony? Nobody told me that. Didn't hear about it. Wasn't invited. So Hanvi, this is your game. Do you want any specific game? Or like the latest one for me to look at? Oh, participation limit. Nobody votes the, how do we call it? The premium user. You would think you would buy a premium user for an event like that. Time Zombie knows what I'm talking about. What I'm thinking about. So, Hanvi, you can access your profile and choose the game you want, or I'm gonna just choose random one, as you prefer. The last probably two. Okay, so I'm gonna click the first one and I'm gonna download it. What are those? Never private message on notification. Anyway, download. So we're gonna take a look at your game after I finish this one. Whoop. Hey Adun. Some people like Koshiro streamed it. Oh, that's smart. Oh wait, Koshiro did stream it. I'm so distracted today. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not. If he streamed, then it's gonna be here.
Tá tranquilo pra gente.
So Thomas is doing all the talking, it seems. So if you guys are interested, you can find it here. Yeah. I'm not gonna restream it or anything. Okay. Did you guys see it? Yeah, you saw it. You didn't see there were faces of people here on the right. Okay. Oh. Let's go, shall we? So the opponent is making a 4-piece castle. You're going for your typical thing. Why the pieces are disappearing. And you got there. What is wrong with my internet? Where are the pieces disappearing? Okay. Maybe just 81 dodge is weird. Yeah, I would play the same move. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Now here we should reconsider this. Okay. Yeah, Adrian, thank you for the subscription. 19 months. Thank you so much. Welcome back. And good morning, I guess. Okay. So far, I don't see any big mistakes. I see. Here, depending on the situation, we have the option to drop the knight, right? So we could consider bringing this horse here and then threatening the knight drop, especially that our edge is weak. That's my feeling about this situation. Talking is gonna take a lot of time, right? So this would be the fastest way to attack. Yeah, sure, we're not gonna break it yet. Like, eventually we could go like 1, 2, boom, and if they run, we take the silver type of deal, but maybe your attack is better. Well, sure, your attack, sure. Yeah, we end up on this. Yeah, sure. Yep. Yeah. Are we safe here? Yes, we are. If we calculate it, then it's fine. Now that's a little bit dangerous, isn't it? We're fine. Okay. I did not calculate it. At some point I walked into 5D. Did you actually walk into 5D? Or you just thought you did? Like here or something? Yeah, here you are quite good, right? Ah, when the night drop. Yeah, that's like this little bit heart attack that we had. Wait, I was calculating the gold, but suddenly the night came. Yeah, that's a little bit of... But in that case, well, you could argue that you could also run down. Yeah, you could argue that point. Although they have a night drop to follow up, so I'm not sure it's the best idea. Let's consider. They have the check here, which is also quite... Yeah, so if you go up, it's simpler, right? Because they have only, like what, 1, 2, 3 option, yeah? Then you calculate all of them. Gold means you go up, lens means just take, and night drop, the only option is to take it, unfortunately, for your horse. Now, of course, we could argue that we could have protected or something around here, you know, like if you drew the pawn, or we could argue that point, but I think you're right going there, and then you just have to survive. You could also consider like not taking the gold at all, depending on the situation is better, but here the horse comes in, so it's complex. It's important that we take with the knight first, so they don't have a knight drop. And now we could consider like dropping the lance to put a pressure on the king, but pushing the pawn creates additional square for our king, so it's debatable. Yeah, you forgot. Well, yeah, you should have calculated that. Especially when you move here, yeah? And in here, well, he has the option of like taking with the king. We should consider that, but then we just take here, and it's the same thing. Actually, doesn't it look dangerous compared to this? What if he took with the king, though? Because before what we did is this. Wait, no. Sorry, we didn't take it. We dropped here. Here we did this. You dropped here and dropped here. In that case, this would be a checkmate, right? So we have to consider this variation. How about this? How about king takes? Eon. Could start instead of... Yes, that's the solution that I came up with as well. And here you take this. And actually this becomes a check. So I really like this variation because it makes your king relatively safe. But let's consider. If it's not safe, we just take the knight, keep it safer. King 9-7. Oh. King 9-7 is checkmate, no? Oh, because the horse is... Ooh, I like your way of thinking. So we cannot drop the silver because the horse is here. And if we were to take the horse... how do we explain this as being a very dangerous variation that we need to consider? Silver drop, king takes the knight, gold drop, yeah. Something like this, yeah. So we cannot go for this variation as Eon. We have to consider something else. Troublesome, isn't it? Interesting. But the question is it bad enough to say that actually black is winning? Can we do something to prevent their checkmate? So now they're threatening. Are they threatening the checkmate? If we're not gonna do anything, the knight is protecting this square, right? So if they drop the gold, we go up. Maybe the horse can come in, and we'll be forced to drop the lands. Then we can retake it all, and we survive, right? What is the other way they can check us? They can check us with the lands. We take it. Bishop drops somewhere from far away. We drop the lands. They take it. We take it with the knight. And we survive, yeah? The other option is they sacrifice the horse here. We take. They redrop the bishop somewhere. Here, maybe. Take the lands. No, that's complicated variation. Knight jump. This is a checkmate, isn't it? Unless you go here. Then it's fine. Maybe. Gold sack, knight promotion. Goes back up. Maybe it's fine. So calmly take the horse. Here. Let's see. That actually works, right? Even if we drop the lance, king just goes back. If we drop the gold, king goes sideways. There's no follow-up. It can go up to here. That works, right? If the opponent had a pawn in hand, that would be dangerous already, but they don't. So I guess we're fine. That's interesting. All right, we came to the solution. So I guess it's a similar solution here. We don't have to take the pawn. I mean, this would be a check, so let's assume this is better. And then you just make a checkmate check. But here, actually, they have a pawn, so it's something we have to reconsider again, yeah? That's interesting. So now that they have pawn, is it more threatening than before? Probably. If we were to check a checkmate threat, they drop the pawn. If we run, it's a gold drop. King runs. Check and bishop drop. It's a checkmate, right? Not necessarily. Sorry, the king still can go here. Okay, we run. Wow. They also have a knight. Yes. If they also have a knight, we can just start with the knight drop, right? Like I told you, Fritz wasn't to drop the gold on 8-8. Pawn drop? What? I don't know what you're saying. Drop gold on 8-8, pawn 8-7. I like to let your king escape. Well, checkmate threat is something we have to consider, right? Like, clearly, that's like the first thing we consider in those Shogi games. Like, if we are afraid of giving away the pieces, we should make a checkmate check here without like taking pieces, giving away the pieces, so something like this. Boom. Maybe that's simpler. Maybe that. Like, it seems we're safer because we delete the pieces, but actually we also give a lot of pieces, which doesn't change our situation. We're safe enough here. Let's drop the silver, let's go for trade mate check. Because it doesn't change the situation from this position, right? Although this is also not trade mate check, so we should consider that. What was our solution here, actually? Just take the horse, yeah. In that case, this becomes trade mate check. Unlike this position. This also actually becomes trade mate check. A little bit more complex one. So maybe that's also a solution. Problem is they retake, they have the knight. Quite complex. Check. And now we're forcing them to drop something. Unless they escape with the silver. But silver escaping means there's a checkmate with the gold drop, right? So we force them to drop another piece. If we wanna be cool, this would be a checkmate, but if we wanna be cool, but I'm not sure actually. Thank you for the follow, Dan Smooth. Welcome. The knight drop on 7-4 is doing so much work. Definitely. So anyway, idea number 1. Yeah, even if the horse escapes. Maybe horse sacrifice. Doesn't work, does it? Bishop draw. Boom. Go sideways. Doesn't change their situation over there, right? Anyway. So I generally think, you know, around here you should consider your king's safety. You should expect this move. You should expect this move. And you should kind of predict this move. And definitely if you do this move, there are those 3 options you have to do. But I do agree that going downward with the knight drop follow-up, it looks scarier than this and this and this. But here it requires us to be very precise in the endgame, right? Like, for example, they could have decided to push this pawn instead, yeah? Continue threatening your king. We would have to consider whenever it's good enough or not, yeah? In that case, they have 1 more gold in hand. So in the same variation, it changes a little bit, right? But I think you're surviving anyway, so this square is a huge safe spot for you. Yeah, but basically you crushed him in the opening, I think. Like, third by rook. You drop this nice pawn over there. You utilize the bishop diagonal. The only problem is, you know, he went for 3-piece castle, so it seems like you took away the gold. But actually, he still has 3 pieces around his king, yeah? In that kind of situation, when the king is like this, surrounded by a wall of pieces, usually you do want to attack the edge. Knight is a very useful piece to do so. And thankfully he actually opened up the line for us to attack. Now we should consider if we wanna drop the rook or not, yeah? Should we keep it for later? Should we attack with other pieces? One thing we could consider is like dropping the knight here on our own. We could consider taking this pawn, like we could consider like different types of attack, keeping the rook to counter attack on the right side instead. Yeah, he was kind enough to give you another silver in hand, yeah? And here you kind of lose the gold for free. Hmm. Like, I would consider maybe defending the edge a little bit more. Ever since I started playing with Mifa, I learned about how a king can reach safety by running away from its castle. This can be a really bad habit in some games. Yeah, no. If you run away from the castle, in this case, you had much more living space on the edge. This is why we always talk that the edge pawn push is so important, yeah? Here is like the safest square for you, to be honest. So I think you did a great job here. Yeah. Little bit dangerous at the end, but well done. Well done. Ion. You're 3 down, right? You should be 4 down already, I think. To be honest. To be honest. Alright, next we're gonna go to Hanvi's game. Thank you, Ion, for sending your game. Quite interesting. And Hanvi, here we go, yeah? Hanvi, I think it was Sikhote. Definitely some Biomi heart attacks. Yeah. If it's in Biomi, then it was perfect. It's okay. Alright, let's see how you play this game. Yeah, you're Gote, we're looking from your perspective. And I see you close your bishop line. It's one of the strategies we do at Shogi, and you went to the 4-5 rook. So that's something we call a swinging rook. That's perfectly normal. This is quite early, but because your opponent has their bishop line closed, it's safe enough. If their bishop line would be open, you don't want to do it immediately. You want to castle first. So you go here. Okay. So yeah, you can see that this is a little bit too early, perhaps, because you moved your king away. He doesn't have a way to prevent you from exchanging this pawn. So for example, if he plays here, next move he's gonna prevent you, you can play it then. Because what you wanna do is do this, take it, take, and what you really wanna do is redrop it and threaten promotion somewhat. So for example, if your opponent makes a mistake and go here, you can force the silver away and using 2 attacking pieces beat this one defender. Oh, synchronous game. All right, I'm gonna add it to the waiting list. So if you're able to do situation position like this, achieve a shape like this, that would be perfect. But in this case, they're gonna go here. And even if you try to expose this silver, they're gonna defend. I mean, this shape isn't the worst either. So maybe this is actually good. Now that I think about it either. Yeah, what I was afraid of, they're gonna block you here and then go for this pawn. But actually you have the support of your bishop. So you're able to chase away the silver and break through. So this would be like a perfect situation for you because you have this domination over a file and eventually that's gonna lead to a pawn promotion, or you will slowly bring your silver up, get a vanguard pawn, you know. Hi, nobody! Chinchilla noise! That's a weird thing we do on our channel. Chinchilla noises that sound like... And thank you for the follow, the invisible man. I didn't see you there. When I stop laughing at your own jokes. Hope you understand, Sinkote. Now that they retook this pawn, you lose the opportunity to get this vanguard pawn, yeah? So they're going for Anaguma, you're going back, that's great. They drop the pawn, this is beneficial to you because now you have a pawn in hand. And generally what they do is they're gonna bring their king here. So you also wanna bring your king here and then expose their strategical mistake they made. The strategical mistake is to put their king under your bishop influence. So we're gonna create shape that's called the Agora Destroyer. Let's see if you did the same thing. You concentrated on climbing your silver, okay, and you went there. So your king is not ready yet, yeah? Your king is very close to the center. Perfectly what you wanna do is got up to here. This is called Mino Castle. If the gold is here, it's called full Mino Castle or just Mino. Currently it's half Mino Castle. And this achieves two things. One, it brings your king away from the battlefield. This is your battlefield over here. Why is it your battlefield? Because your rook is here and this is where you're gonna exchange pieces. It's gonna be very dangerous around here. The second thing you're achieving is you keep a good connection between your generals. Ideally, you also wanna push this edge pawn because that's gonna give you an early escape in the end game like you saw in Eon's game just before this one. So yeah, that's the shape you wanna go for. So you went to attack, which means your king is really close to the fight. And you go here. So here you have a cool move. If you think about it a little bit. You went for climbing silver strategy. There is this very specific move for this strategy, which is to redrop the pawn that you just got. Why is it good? Because if they take, and you take, you manage to put your silver on the 6th row, which means it's gonna directly pressure the enemy's king, yeah? If they were to drop the pawn, you just take it, and you achieve rook promotion, which is the ultimate goal of your attack, yeah? So that would be a really cool thing to do. If you're forced to move your silver back, this, as you notice, moves you away from the goal of the 6th row. So that's like you wasted those moves here. You wasted 3 moves. Yeah. You went up and down, and then you have to move up again to go for the same position. So that's not ideal. You wanna, if you start attacking, you wanna be decisive. Boom. Yeah. If they were to attack your silver, you just promote the pawn, you're fine. If they were to take it, they would have to protect this square next. But they don't have a good piece to promote it with. Let's assume the king, which is, you already can feel, yeah? This king gets closer to the attacking piece. It's not really good. You're gonna drop the pawn, get a vanguard pawn. And in the future, you will be able to expose it more. Here, I would suggest to simply castle your king more. The other option would be... For example, yeah... The silver is hanging a little bit if the rook is not here. You could bring the bishop here. Bring the rook here, treat in a promotion, stuff like that. So this would be a very good pawn for you to have. It would allow you to pressure the enemy position, yeah? Put your king out of the castle. Yeah, so the perfect answer is to redrop this pawn. The other move you could have made, which would avoid this bishop line, is to go directly forward and do the same thing. That's another way you can do it. Take. The bishop cannot take because the rook is protecting, and your attack is successful, yeah? The difference between those two moves is that here, your rook is not blocked by your own silver, and it's actually threatening the promotion, so it's a little bit stronger. Plus, you have 2 pawns in hand. Here you're actually threatening the promotion, but he can just take, and it's not threatening us directly as the other move. But yeah, anyway, the point was you have to drop the for 6 pawn. Yeah, that's the point. You have to continue your attack. Yeah, so it happens. It's also blocked the enemy's bishop line, so it was perfect. It's like, this is so good type of move, you know? So good. All right, let's see what happened next. You go castle. You make the Mino castle. That's good. That's good. Now, I would actually also consider scaring your opponent a little bit and eventually offer rook exchange, because I'm really eager to make this fork here. The problem is he has his own fork here. No, the silver is protected by the bishop. It's fine, yeah? Yeah, so I would totally offer this rook exchange here. Let's see what you did. You went here. Okay, so that's a little bit dangerous because his rook is actually looking at this line. So if you do that, it's kind of give away the control here. Instead, I would like to do this. Force him to drop the pawn. Force him to block his rook. And then move my god. This way, I have the control over this line. And then I make my castle solid. It's some kind of knowledge that swinging rook has. You do want rook exchange as this strategy, because you have this very strong gold protecting the squares, yeah? Even if he drops the rook here, boom. Be careful to not make a double pawn, yeah? It's okay because your gold is protecting here, this gold is protecting here, and the silver is protected by the bishop. Pawn protects the gold, gold protects the pawn, and look! The rook has no square to go. That's really bad for your opponent. I hope you notice. Next, you're threatening to drop this rook here. And if you get like a silver in hand or something, you can trap this rook. That's pretty nice deal. Yeah. All right. Good that you notice. It's just a typical strategy that you need to know as this 4-5 rook. Here you kind of blocked yourself. Because the rook has no prosper for itself apart from moving forward, which is gonna take many moves. Okay, but you took it. You took the chance. Good, good. You realized he closed his line and you took the control over it. This is perfect. And you push the pawn that I mentioned. This is also very good. So, in general strategy, as I said, their king is under your bishop influence. So what I like to do is push those 2 pawns, move the gold here. It's called high Mino shape. Jump with the knight, and then expose the silver. So if I were make just a bunch of moves to visualize it to you, I'm just making nonsense moves for this side. If the silver is not here, so let's say he exchanged the silvers, yeah? If we manage to force the silver out of the way, we can attack on this diagonal. He cannot take this pawn because it's a check. So it will be a really good attack for us. Of course, we have to, be careful about counter checks. But this line will be really nice for us to expose in normal situation. So as a strategy, this is one thing you could do. But okay, anyway, let's continue. Here you don't want to attack. You don't want to attack here, I feel. Because he blocked his rook enough already. I would prefer to expose this line or the center line more to activate the bishop instead of activating the silver. The silver is plenty active, I think. And yeah, this is like you just gave him a free move. And this is very dangerous because once you exchange silvers, there's a silver drop here. So I would try to exchange the silvers, and of course the bishop can take this pawn for free as well. So instead of over-concentrating on this side of the board, I recommend you try going for high Mino. Or take this very nice edge. Stuff like that, yeah? You don't have to... You can, as your strategy, you can wait for your opponent to come to you. You don't have to make a play by yourself. Take a point on the other side of the board. Wait for them to come to you. And once you get pieces in hand, this point you created here will become stronger. So it's like an investment you made. I know it's really hard to understand as you're a beginner. But trust me, it's like a point you're gathering on different sides of the board. You don't necessarily need to put everything here. You wanna... This pawn, for example, is good because in the future, this bishop line will be closed, yeah? So you got a point here. This pawn is good because you will have more escape and he will have less escape. So you got a point in the endgame. It's not an immediate thing, but somewhere later on, yeah? So if you think about it deeper, how the game is gonna evolve, oh, he's gonna bring the bishop here, so I should take this point, yeah? If you do that, you will become stronger player, basically. Oh, you felt it was bad, then it's good. If you felt it, it's good. Now, I explain to you the reasons, is that if they have silver in hand, it's here. Generally, this pawn push doesn't give you much value because it doesn't threaten your opponent in any way. And also, it becomes a free pawn for your opponent. So that's the reasons why it felt bad. Okay, and this is usually not good because you break your own castle. So I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, once more here. Yes, he will push here, but if you look closer, you have 4 pieces defending this square. It's not gonna break soon, yeah? You want them to come to you. You actually don't want to stop them. You want them to come soon. Yeah, so they activated the silver. They're gonna come here. That's very bad for you, yeah? Yeah, and here, this pawn drop, you were hoping for maybe rook exchange. But actually, it blocks your rook and allows him to come here, which is quite nasty. Yeah, so that's the kind of flow of the game where you made the mistake. You allowed them to expose your weakness while not creating good points for yourself. All the moves that you made here are near like a passing moves. I hope you understand. They don't give enough value to you. This actually worsens your position. This pawn push isn't threatening at all. It's something you want. You want them to come to you. Okay, he's nice. He's nice because here he has fork on your 2 big pieces and it would be painful. But he's nice enough to not do that. And yeah, okay. Now we're very happy. No, we drop it here. I think. Here. This shape is very good for you. This shape is very good because it looks directly at the king. Yeah, notice that I talk about it a lot, like a direct attack at the king. Because those pins, like the pin on this pawn, the pin on this god, those are the strongest piece connections you can make. If this bishop were to escape, boom, silver drop is suddenly checkmate threat. Yeah. So this rook over there gives so much pressure. I mean, this rook is good also because you can take the knight. Yeah, depending on the situation. No, it doesn't work here. Okay, never mind then. Thank you for the follow, really I. Really I? Really I? Welcome. Okay. So he's protecting his bishop. What you should do is block the protection. No. Okay, your idea was good, but move your bishop. Move your bishop. Try to make it more active. This is much more light move. The other move you could have made is like drop it here instead. He has nowhere to go. He would have to exchange those pieces and his bishop is still hanging. This would be a good move, a good example of a silver drop. This. I like this one more. Yeah, right? Yellow. Hello, Rayleigh. Welcome. How about this move, Sikote? You play chess? That's nice. We do chess streams every second Tuesday. We have also chess channel on our Discord. And this is Japanese chess. If I were to use chess pieces, it would look something like this, where you have a bunch of pawns. You have a king, there is knight that goes only forward, you have bishop and rook, and then you have those weird looking generals that move like a star or like a tree type of shape, 1 square around them. It's quite a very similar game. If you're interested, I recommend you learn. It's called Shogi, not Shoji, with a G. Shogi. Then I recommend you watch this video. It's Shogi 101. It explains all the rules you need to know. And welcome to our community. Yeah. So Sick Hot, I think this is much better move from a tactical point of view. Yeah, you keep the pressure, and the double Rook attack on this file, that's really hard to defend. Really hard. Okay, let's assume he would threaten you a little bit. Boom. Suddenly threaten checkmate. Hello, what we are today? We're doing some game analysis. Iguana, I always call you Iguana. I was talking about that starting from next week, I will do special Saturdays, maybe, to analyze specifically games from the tournament, Tourney to Series and Weekly Shogi Ladder. And on Sunday we do our usual Kifu commentary. It's just that I think it would be very nice to like present people who played our tournament on our channel. Yeah. I was thinking that maybe I can get lucky to block his Rook, but 7-3 is much better. 7-3, no, 3-1, right? Yeah, 3-1 would be much better. This one, yeah. Yeah, like Shodan, definitely. Definitely. I mean, without the charismatic appearance of Voichan, unfortunately, but yeah. So this one, you know, you want to do moves that do few things at the same time. This blocks the Rook, but hey, how about blocking the Rook and like stopping the Rook's influence and attacking the Rook at the same time by taking the tempo? Well, we clearly see what is better. The other fancy move you could make is go here. Taking usage of the spin. If they take, you take here. But this allows them to promote. Then you go back and you have the double Rook attack. That's another way we could have went for it. Yeah, there are just tactics like this, yeah? Oh, but he took it anyway. So you should take it. You should take it. You should take it because Rook is what you want, and you still keep the pressure on the bishop. You don't actually want to take this bishop because it brings your Rook away from the king. So you should prioritize this dragon more. Yeah, you see, the dragon is the piece that threatens you the most. So if you take it, your kings feel safe and you have the double Rook attack. I think now it seems very clear to you. This is not Chinese chess. Chinese chess is called Xiangxi. This is Shogi. This is Japanese chess, which is very fun if going from a person who has the most Japanese nickname I ever saw in my life, Hashimoto 76. Yeah, Shogi is 9x9 because it's symmetrical and it's epic. Yeah, but Sinkote, I think everything that we talk about now, you just understand. Oh yeah, the dragon, I should take it. I think you understand it immediately at this point. And this is why this situation flipped. Because the silver that you were supposed to use at the attack, you have now in like, let's be honest, like useless position, yeah? Those two pieces are never going to help this the attack on that king, yeah? Those are generals, they move very slowly. They're not gonna teleport there. So try to not leave pieces like this. We call them asobi goma. Sobi goma. Goma meaning piece, asobi meaning to play. So there are pieces that are like children in a playground and they're like la 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 la. Well, those pieces are not gonna help you at any time in the game, yeah? Do not create those children that are useless for the battlefield, yeah? Bring the man. Make the man out of your pieces. Mulan sound in the background. Yeah. They're playing, yeah. They should be fighting. Here, I would move this gold to like block the dragon again. And yeah, this you know, doesn't help this dragon. Yeah, those pieces are not cooperating. You need to find a way to cooperate more. Here, yeah, this time he blocks your attacking piece. And you resigned. Yeah, that's reasonable timing to resign. So you had a huge advantage, and this is the one move you should have made to continue. Yeah, Shikamaru. Yeah, from Naruto. The pirate king, fluffy Luffy, not fluffy. Okay, you know what you're saying. Yeah. What's the name of that manga again? The pirate one with the fruits that make your hands grow. Something piece, something note. I cannot remember. One Piece. One Piece. That's. I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work today. I was sick yesterday and I still don't think well. One Piece, that's the one. Yeah. All right, Sinkhota. Yeah, hope you're gonna learn. I think you're playing very well already. You know the shape. You're missing a little bit of understanding what you're supposed to do in the middle game, but hopefully now you learn this cool double attack, for example, or the pin attack. Those are those weapons that you need to learn as a beginner. Is shogi same as chess? It's very similar. There's the king. So if you look at the international version, you're gonna see that there are similar pieces. So there's the king that you have to capture. There are the horses. They only move forward, actually. There are pawns that also only move forward. And there is rook and bishop. Each side has only one. And then we have weird pieces like lances that go forward, generals that move in very weird ways that are described by the picture they have on them. And then all the pieces, almost all of the pieces can promote, which is pretty epic. We have dragon and stuff. This, for example, was a dragon, yeah? You can see. Yeah, I recommend, yeah? You can join our Discords. We have many beginners who are learning. You can challenge them to games, or you can watch this Shogi 101 video. Oh, and on Discord, we have like the whole channel with a guidance for a beginner. With useful links and stuff like this. I recommend you check our Discord, Shogi Harbour. Thank you for the following, Hashimoto. Welcome. And yeah, welcome to Shogi. Sorry, we're using kanji because most of people are used to look at the traditional version. Yeah, hopefully you understand. All right, next we have Synchro. Synchro will be here. Playing against Panic. We're gonna download this Kifu. And Synchro is sent. Yes, I used to play chess when I was a kid, but I decided shogi is much more fun. The king is one of those pieces that unfortunately cannot promote. The gold general is another piece that cannot promote because most of the pieces are promoting to gold general. So you can think of gold general as being the perfect one. But if you're interested, just it. I wonder if your nickname is mix of the word Jedi and Sith. It will be so epic to me because I watched Star Wars yesterday. There's no queen. The strongest piece is dragon or horse. They move almost like the queen, but they're much weaker. And okay, so what I wanted to say is there's variant of shogi which has prince in them. I'm not sure if I pronounced that word correctly. Prince, and they promote to a king. So think how epic it is that you can have 5 kings on the board at the same time. It's not epic at all. It's a horrible game. You should play shogi instead. Checkmating 5 kings is not fun. So you got completely scammed by Synchro. Well, let's see how Synchro scammed Tam Zombie then. All right, so we have Central Rook. Central Rook is another strategy in shogi where you move your rook to the central square file. Yeah, checkmate the king. Capture the king of the opponent, basically. Yeah, in shogi it's also important to keep your piece active, but because we have this drop rule, drop rule. In chess, if you take a piece, it disappears from the game. In shogi, when you capture a piece, you get that piece to your team. So if you capture a rook, you have 2 rooks now. Hey, fun, yeah? So it is important to keep your king in a castle, safe away, far from the background, so that opponent cannot bombard you with parachutes of the enemy pieces in hand, we call them, yeah? Yeah, that's really fun. I really recommend you try it. This way, the end game, no draws, almost no draws. Okay, there are some draws, but very rare compared to chess, yeah? What variants I like? There are some fun shogi variants that like have lion in them or like change the way the piece moves. There's a variant called Secret King. It's pretty fun, but I mostly play shogi. Yeah, I'm a professional player. I spent 8 years more in Japan, like playing this variant, so I really love it. Okay, so we see this side move the bishop here, meaning they're gonna go for pair in horror castle called Anaguma in Japanese. And Synchro also goes for the Anaguma. If you guys don't know what Anaguma is, we have this epic Star Wars song. Which is very silly, and you should totally watch it. I'm gonna try to not play it on the stream because it's cringy, but enjoy our version of Star Wars of Anaguma. Yeah. So continuing, we have many memes like this on the channel. I'm sorry. One of them is a sad penguin. For us, you guys that learned how to play shogi, or all our sad penguins that are just learning the rules. Okay, so things are happening. We have Synchro decided to not activate the silver, to activate the gold first. And we have Time Zombie finishing his castle, and we have Synchro going for this rook, and then attacking the head of the bishop because Time Zombie pushed the pawn without protecting. Yeah, okay, so that's nice. Okay. So, okay, I think it's a little bit of a miss, Time Zombie, to allow this pawn to be taken for free like that. You're trying to counterattack. Yee. 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 Oh my god. You could have tried knight drop here. Come on, the knight drop. Take. It's pretty epic. Yeah, silver. So the piece you want to activate the most would be the rook and the bishop, but we often use the silver to enable them. So generally, if you didn't have to use the silver, you don't want to, but usually you have to, yeah? So for example, in this case, instead of the silver, we use the knight to enable the rook and to create a promoted rook. So this way, Synchro achieved a point. He got a point, yeah, in a way. If you think about computer evaluation, it's like, whoop, Sente got a dragon, so they're better, yeah? Yeah, the knight drop is a little bit funny here, yeah. You force the dragon away. I mean, the Synchro is still better, yeah, because he got a silver for the knight and now he got the knight back. So it's just something you could have tried, yeah. The pawn promotion is also very strong though. Okay. Bishop drop. I mean, if you move the silver, next you move the silver and your rook is open anyway. Unless they bring it here. Yeah, okay, sure. Maybe. Bishop drop. Okay. Okay. Oh, you saw the knight drop. What are you talking about? You totally saw the knight drop. Here I would rather promote the rook, Time Zombie, because I still threaten the knight drop. So I would prefer to do it this way. Who saw it? I see. Yeah, that would be nice. Is there a grandmaster? So in shogi we have shogi is popular only in Japan, okay? So far we are doing our best to promote it abroad. This is why we're streaming here, because we want you guys to know about shogi and how cool it is to drop the pieces and so on. So far it has been popular in Japan, and they created this professional system that requires young kids to compete to become a professional through very difficult rated tournament. And then they become a professional 4 dan. And as they promote, they can get up to 9 dan. So those professional dans will be different from amateur dans. And because historically it was promoted to be like a man game and so on, there were not many females, so created a separate system for females called ladies professional players. And it's a little bit easier to become lady professional. I am one example of lady professional. You have to become ladies 2Q, and then you can go up to, it was 6, but now it's 7 dan. So it's a separate system from male pro. If you think about the strongest people, that would be pro, then lady pro, then like amateur players. That would be the order of things. So like grandmaster, you would think would be like 6 dan or something, but then you have professional players who it's like world champion stuff. They have their own titles and so on. We don't have world champion actually. But like if you think chess, like it's like, yeah, amateurs are strong, but professionals are totally different level, yeah? But no, we don't have grandmaster yet. There are some major panic moves. I see. Well, your nickname is Panic after all. It's like a Squid Game except for Shogi. I actually didn't watch Squid Game. I started watching it and I'm like, nope, it seems too traumatic to me and I don't find enjoyment in that, so I stopped. Yeah, it's similar to Go. Basically, it's like Go. Because Shogi and Go had a history of growing up together in Japan side by side, and it happened so that if at any time anything would happen in Go world, Shogi world wanted the same. So for example, Habu Sensei was rewarded this amazing prize. They gave this amazing prize to Ijima Sensei too. So somehow those two are growing up together in Japanese culture. And Go and Shogi have similar titles like Meijin, like Ryo, yeah? It's all very, very similar. I still would prefer to move the silver synchro. Because it's so good. It just runs away and from the token and keeps pressure on the bishop, and if the rook comes here, I'm like, haha, pawn drop or something, you know. I don't know exactly. Okay, rook takes, bishop drop, but then they take here and then they take here. I don't know exactly. Maybe not. Like it feels like it should be working. Maybe like pound drop, and then drop the silver here. I don't know. There should be something working here. You don't have to do anything here, and you're still waiting. That's how it feels. Prestigious, not necessary. So the thing is, we say that Go has more money than Shogi for some reason. Like they were just blessed with many rich sponsors. Shogi nowadays become more popular thanks to superstar Fujisota. But yeah, Go is much more popularized abroad, mostly because it's also not really Japanese game, it's a Chinese game, and it has been popular in Korea as well. Shogi still have much work to do, yeah? Joseki in Shogi and Go exist, but they're written by different kanji. It's the same word, but different kanji are used. The Joseki in the Go is using the word, the kanji for stone. In Shogi, it uses the kanji for trace, I think. Okay, I'm not so sure if synchro is so much better anymore. Not so sure anymore. Also, time zombie. Here, right? Here, right? It's much more forceful. And then you can go here. Much more forceful to go here. And yeah, now that you don't have this pawn, you can clearly see like the knight drop is possible, and it's very nasty. Yeah, there are many similar words like tesuji, tenuki, rarely used in shogi but still used. Aji, stuff like this. It has the same language, yeah. Tsumego, tsume shogi. In Tsumego, you're trying to kill the group. In Tsume Shogi, you're trying to kill the king, you know. Sabaki. Yeah, but I mean, they still use the word, yeah. You let him know, I see. Okay. And yeah, I think it was important to drop the knight here first, synchro. Because the less generous they are, it's easier to break, yeah? I think it was important. The rook doesn't have much impact on the position. And now your horse is blocked, yeah? I would take here. I would take here before it runs away. If they're gonna give me a horse, I'm gonna take it and then drop it here. I'm very happy. I'm really happy. If they escape, I drop it here, boom, perfect endgame position, yeah? Would be really happy for this to happen. I really wanna disturb this god position. Why did we take with this piece instead of this one? This is safer, right? Like, we don't care about bringing this ever, I think. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Okay, what do we do here? That's a... Okay, there is a one move you have to do, time zombie. No! Nah! Time zombie. Time zombie. You've done it on the past streams and I said, wow, such an amazing ending from Time Zombie. He's getting stronger. Now I'm trying to not regret those words. Checkmate red! Zetto! Oh! Let me roll my eyes. Yeah. So that would be much better. Who cares about the time? Continue checking the king. It's Shogi Wars. Sacrifice the dragon. What? No! You shouldn't panic like this. What is Lily gonna learn from you if you panic in this situation? Yeah, look, now he's in Zetto. You're dead. You're so dead. What's going on here? Synchro. Synchro, 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 synchro. Look at this position and tell me you don't have Atsume. Look at this position and tell me you don't have Atsume. That's the reaction I was searching for. Well, this is Tsume, right? Okay. Still have Atsume. And you even saw this night drop. You even saw this night drop and you still didn't find Atsume. Now you don't have Atsume because you don't have a knight. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, the end game here. Okay, okay, okay. So, point number 1. I would prefer to... Okay, I would prefer to drop a piece here rather than bring my rook closer, I think, because the more pieces you have here, the better. But we have to consider, are we in checkmate there after this move? If we take, it's a clear checkmate, right? So... drop something, takes, is a checkmate as well, right? So no, you cannot, yeah, you still has some. So this is not the move, no. No. Take the, force the knight out, yeah? Yeah. No, but this is like the endgame Anaguma patterns you have to learn. Yeah, like this is not no. Like maybe this, but maybe this, but definitely not that. This, yeah. Delete the defender. Yeah. Yeah. You gave away gold for nothing. Don't tell me it's a... Oh my god, this game. Okay, so yeah, you gave him a free general here, so that's not good. You should delete the defenders. And here you're in situation where you're 2v2, so it's became harder. Became much harder, you can feel it, right? So here, in order for you to continue try to make check is like this, but you don't have enough pieces. Yeah. Probably. Lance? Probably don't have enough pieces to continue attacking. You see it clearly now, yeah? Takes, gold drop. Not enough pieces anymore. You have a lance instead of the gold. It's not enough. So, this is losing. And now, if we go to this situation... Yeah, you still don't have enough pieces, so just escaping. Yeah, checkmate, yeah. Perfect. Mwah. Yeah, painful loss, Synchro. Very painful, hey? You got 2 chances, or 3 even, and you missed it. You missed it all. Shogi is scary because your opponent will suck all their pieces. Yep, just it. But this is why it's fun when you do it. Hello, Justice Agent. Hello. Yeah, you were scammed, definitely, Synchro, in this game. Definitely. Let's see. Let me check how much time you spend on those last moves. On your mistakes. So here you missed Sume. You spent 6 seconds. 6 seconds. 6. And then on this move you spent 16. And mind you, this is 60 seconds beyond me. And on this move, you spent 30 seconds. So yeah, I think you see where the problem is. The excuse of that Time Zombie is making, I panicked in Biomi, that shall be forbidden for people who don't use 59 seconds out of the 60 seconds, all right? That's forbidden excuse for people who don't use all of their thinking time. And it's a habit you have to build, yeah? You have to force yourself to wait for the 59. So I recommend that even if you see an obvious move and you just enter Biomi, force yourself to wait until you hear the beeping, yeah? Because then it's easier for your brain to play at the exact same timing. So never play immediately. Try to work out that habit. And your endgame level is gonna improve. Just by doing that, yeah? Yeah, that happens. I think 81 dodges a little bit forgiving if you hold the piece in your hand. That was my feeling, but... Well, strategy is difficult, Jesse. You start with tactics first because it's much more fun to win. And then like strategies for more advanced players. I got to like 4 done knowing basics of strategies. Most of tactics. The last game I won, my opponent was better at trying to win. I was just better at not losing. Yeah, that's a defensive Shogi Zaibach. It's a thing. So yeah, we're gonna do Saturday streams during the tournament time like this. Do you guys prefer to have tournament games analyzed on Saturdays or on Sundays? Because we're gonna analyze your tournament games on one of those dates. And I know that you guys, like, it's probably early morning for you, so maybe we could discuss like moving the time of the stream to some different time. What do you guys think? I think Sunday is more likely for me to be up. Yeah, so how about if we prefer Sundays, Receipt, okay? just playing just be better at not playing illegal move. I mean, it's an important point too. Do you guys prefer to move the stream to some more reasonable time for you? Yeah, I could show the games played on Saturday, that's true. You guys, let's say Pacific, right? It's like 8 o'clock. Like, if we move the stream like 1 hour later or something like that, or even like like at 8 after dinner type of deal, do you guys think it would be more reasonable? Or my morning would be like your evening? That's also a possibility. No, that's midnight. Yeah, that's not an option. Like, we could move it like a few hours later. Do you guys think it's a good idea? I'm in the airport waiting for a flight. Yeah, this is why I think it's better to move it to a later date, later time. Well, of course, I will have to discuss it with Termarch. He lives with me and he eats my dinner, so. But I think it's worth considering moving it a little bit later, right? So that it's more reasonable for you guys to wake up, eh? Because I have a feeling that most of people watching are from that time zone. Do you like to look at computer games? I love computer games. I studied IT thinking I would be programming computer games, and then Shogi came to my life. I played Dicey Dungeons today. I finally beat Witch level 4, if you guys know what Dicey Dungeon is. I played Factorio recently. I played Satisfactory. I didn't like it as much as Factorio. I heard Factorio is getting an update. I'm pretty excited. I'm playing Overwatch as well. I really like computer games, I guess. Well, my point is, whenever board game or different action games, I love it. Honestly, 8 or 9 PST, Pacific time, I assume that's would be fine for most. So it would be 8 in the morning. So that would be like hour later than usual, yeah? AI Shogi games. So the problem with AI is they don't like Furibisha, the swinging rook strategy, which is my favorite. So I'm like, but sometimes it's fun to like use it to learn, not necessarily to play against. I know that Mifa plays against a lot of computers, but yeah, I have some painful memories because of computers. Because it's like you're trying to find this variation in the strategy, and the computer's like saying, nope, nope. Oh, here you're a little bit better if you go for this very complicated variation you cannot understand. And you are like, ugh. So yeah, for study, it's quite painful. Nakabisha. Yeah, Nakabisha. There is this one variation I just don't get. Yeah, when I was younger and the computers were weak, we all hated it because the shapes they were making weren't beautiful at all. They were disgusting. But then the computer evolved and they started creating shapes like Elmo, like different type of like Klipu. We talked about this on our book stream, like the Klipu shape. Basically, they started playing some interesting moves. But still, very hard to understand if you're a beginner. If the computers could teach us Shogi in more like human language, that would be epic, but we're not at that level yet at Shogi, yeah. All right, so let me, of course, I'm gonna share the Discord link. This is the Discord link. I'm gonna ask people on Discord to move the streams. Um, okay, I sent that in the chat and I'm gonna add the check and the X voting option. So you guys can check on our Discord and like vote on the option if, like if you agree with that idea. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm gonna probably finish the stream a little bit earlier today because I felt sick yesterday and my voice is having a little bit of trouble. I still need to work on the tutorial. So let me check if I can rate anybody. There is some random Japanese person streaming the Shogi, the weird shogi, if you wanna see what that is. Or we can rate Zokadict, who was our friend for a long time. He's doing some piano and chess. Maybe we can rate him. And hope you had fun analyzing your games today. We're gonna continue doing that next week and also tomorrow at 4 p.m. Zurich time. The tournament is gonna start soon. The pairings will be tomorrow. And yeah, I will see you then. So thank you once so much, The Seed, Zaibach, Synchro, Haiwa was it, and Panic. I will see you tomorrow. Hey, goodbye.